Hi learners, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me for another math session. So this is the first part of this chapter 9, that is the ratio and proportion. So now let us see what is ratio first in a simple way. So a ratio is a comparison of what two or more quantities. So this is the first point what you have to remember. Then it says that we can express in different ways, like using a colon. Colon means, can you see this sign? That has two dots. So the example will be 3, and this will be dots over here. This is called a colon, and this is 2. Then the second way is use as a fraction. So fraction means these are 3 by 2. So something should be in the numerator and some number should be in the denominator. That is called a fraction in short. And that by using the word 2. So that is 3 to 2. So these are the different ways. Now again, what is the next point? A ratio is always expressed in its simplest form. Simplest form, suppose I write here 4 by 8. So this is not simple because what I can do, 4 ones are, 4 twos are. So that is 1 by 2. So this is the simplest form. Hope you got it. So now the next point says that A to B is not same as B to A. Now suppose we are writing here 2 to 3. That is nothing but 2 by 3. And when we are writing here means B is 3, right? If we write here 3 to 2. So now this is going to be 3 by 2. Is 2 by 3 and 3 by 2 same? So it's not, right? So we can say the ratio A to B is not same as B to A. So now let us go with the exercise. So it says that the first question says that write the following as ratios in the simplest form. So when you are looking at the question, you have to also look at the units. Both the units should be same. If not, you have to change the units. Now look at here and make it same. Now look at here 18 kilogram and 110 kilogram. So what are we going to write? Because since both the units are same, we will just write here 18 and just put this one as 108. So this thing can be written in this way. You can write in a vertical one, means you will divide it, 18 divided by 108. So now you have to write in the simplest form. So you have to see which number you can divide the same one. Now see here 18 times divided by 18, that is going to be 1. And if this you are dividing by 18 means this also should be divided by 18, the same one. So 108 divided by 18. So 18 6 that comes to 108. Suppose you don't know the 18 times table. So what are you going to do? It will be in 2 or 3 steps. So 18 divided by 108. Now look at it. So what are you going to write here? Start with a simple one. Now you know this also is divisible by 2. This also is divisible by 2. So we'll write 18 divided by 2. 108 divided by 2. So that is going to be what? 9. And this will be 5 and 54. So now what you can see, now you know the table of 9. So here it will be 9 ones are 9. 6 are 54. That is going to be 1 by 6. So you can do it both ways. Okay. Now we will go that. Okay, then we have to write this one as ratios. So we got 1 by 6. So in the form of ratio, whenever you have 1 by this one 6, you are going to write here 1 to 6. So this is the answer. Now here it says 40 minutes and this is seconds. Okay, so either you make it to minutes or make it to seconds. Both of them should be same. The unit should be same. So what did I do here? Because this minutes is bigger, so I just converted this to seconds. So first thing we have to look at what is 1 minute. 1 minute is 60 seconds. So we have how many minutes we have here? 40 minutes. So 40 minutes means what? See, 1 minute is 60 seconds. Below this minutes, we are going to write minutes. So whenever I told you in my previous video that we can cross multiply in such case. Here we don't have anything. So here there are two numbers, right? So now what are we going to do? 40 into 60. That is going to be 2400 seconds. Now now we can write here this thing we can write because we got here seconds. So in place of this 40 minutes, we are going to write here 2400 seconds and here 28 seconds as it is. So now we are going to start with this step. So now what we can do over here, we can divide it, 2400 divided by 28. Or you can write, if you want one step, 2400 is to 28. And then you will write this step. So now here you got this one. So what you are going to do, now you are going to simplify. So simplify again, as I told you, you can do many ways. I went here directly for 4. 2400 divided by 4, 20 divided by 4. So I got here 600 divided by 7. Or you can also go here like this. That will be more steps. So 2400 both are divisible by 2. So 28 divided by 2. So that is going to be 1200 divided by 14. And again this is nothing but, again this is divisible by 2. So it will be 600 divided by 7. So both ways the answer is going to be the same. So now 600 divided by 7 means we have to bring it in the ratio form. So 600 is to 7 is the answer. Now here it says that this is 2 weeks and this is in 4 hours. So now what I did, I converted this weeks to, first thing we will do directly, we cannot, it's not easy to do it in hours. So first we will do 1 week is how many days? 7 days. So we have 2 weeks. 2 weeks is how many days? That is 14 days. So now what you know is 1 day is 24 hours, right? So now we have 14 days. So 14 days will be how much? So what are you going to do here? 1 day is 24 hours. So 14 days is going to be, again I said days and days together. So you will do, now look at here, this 2 numbers are here. So 14 into 24. And this, of course, this 1, 14 into 24 divided by 1. So that will be the same, 14 into 24, that is 336, because this we are converted into hours. So this also should be in hours. And now what you got here? So now here already these 4 hours you have over here. And in place of this 2 weeks, you got 336 hours. So 336 hours to 4. So what are they going to do? Again, if you want, you can write here 336 is to 4, or just you can write like this. So you are going to divide this one. So again, what I did, I divided by 4. You can also divide by 2, but the number of steps are going to be more. So that is 84. When you divide this by 4, that is 84 divided by 1. So that is nothing but 84 is to 1. Now look at the next problem. It says that 2 liters and 500 milliliter. So now these liters and milliliters, these are different. So here what did I do? Here I changed this liters to milliliters. So you know 1 liter is 1000 milliliter. So we have 2 liters. So 2 liters will be 2000 milliliter. 2 into 1000. That is going to be 2000 milliliter. So now in place of this, you will write here 2000 milliliter. This you will keep as it is, 500 milliliter. So now these are going, you are going to divide this one. You write here 2000 divided by 500. That is S to 500. And you can also put one step. And this is nothing but 2000 divided by 500. So here what it goes here, now you can cut this 2 zeros. So 5 ones are, 5 fours are. So what remains here? 4 divided by 1. So your ratio is 4:1. So the next problem says that express the following ratios in the simplest form. So here 14:49. So you are going to divide it, 14 by 49. So now you want to answer in the simplest form. So both numbers go with 7. So 14 divided by 7, 49 divided by 7. So that is going to be 2 by 7. So which is 2:7. Now look at here, this one. You will divide 6 by 32. Both go with 2. 6 divided by 2. 32 divided by 2, which is nothing but here. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And here 32 divided by 2 is 16. That is 3:16. Here the next problem says that 15:36. So 15 divided by 36. So here that doesn't go with here 2. 15 doesn't go with 2, so we can make it to 3, and even this number goes with 3. So here, what are you going to get? 15 divided by 3 is 5 and 36 divided by 3 is 12. So that answer is 5 is to 12. Next number says that 104 is to 168. Divide that number. Here it goes with 8. That will be 104 divided by 8. You can just check later. So the division you know. So the answer is going to be 13. And for this, when you divide this by 8, answer is going to be 21. If not, if you don't know by 8, it's going, again what I said, you can just go for the simple way. That is, keep on dividing. Now here you will go for this divide by 2 and so on till you get the, here you get, now see here, this is 13. You cannot divide it again because this is a prime number. Okay, so this answer should be 13 is to 21. Now here what the next question says that express the first quantity as a ratio to the second quantity. Now look at here first. Now what are we going to do here? This is given as 80 paise and this is rupees 2. So for here what will we do here? 100 paise means 1 rupee. So 80 paise is going to be how much? So 80 paise is going to be, now see here, this paise together. What you will do? You will cross multiply. You don't know how much is 80 paise. So we have to look at the two numbers first. Two numbers means it comes over here. 80 multiplied by 1 is 80. So you will write 80 over here. And when you look at this line, when you are crossing here, there is only one number. So you are going to write 100 down and not 100 by 80. Hope you got it whenever you do cross multiplication. As I already explained in my before videos also. But again I am repeating the same. Whenever you cross multiply, just see which numbers 2 you have, that should be in the numerator and a single number is going to go in the denominator. Hope that is clear. So now 80 by this will go off. So 8 divided by 10. So that is going to be, or you just keep 80 by 100. So you know now these are 2 zeros. So how to put a decimal? You should look at the denominator, how many number of zeros you have. Now the numerator is 80. So you will write here 80. 2 zeros means you will go from right to left, you will go 2 numbers and then put a point. Okay, so the answer is 0.8. 80. So now what you will do here, because it said express the first quantity as a ratio to the second quantity. So you change this one, this 80 paise, that it came to rupees 80 and this is as it is. So now what does this say? You just put this one S2 sign, that is 0.80 S2. Here this is 2. So you will divide it. So when you divide it, you know 0.80 means that is going to be 0.40. So 2 ones are, your 0 will be as it is 2 fours are, and this is 1 0. So 0.40. So what we will do here, 0.40 means what are you going to do? You will write here 40 as it is first. And now you will go backwards 2. And after that is the decimal point, right? So now what you are going to do? You are going to divide it by 100 because here there are 2 zeros. Because these are after these numbers, there is a decimal. So hope you got it. Why did I write here 40 divided by 100? So it becomes easy to simplify. So now here what did I do? I cut this and this one. So what remains is 4 by 10. So now I'll simplify it. 4 divided by 2 and 10 divided by 2, which is 2 by 5. And I have to write in the ratio form. So that will be 2:5. Now the next question says that 50 meter and 1 kilometer. So what are you going to do here? First you know this is in meter and this is in kilometer. So 1000 meter is 1 kilometer. So we want to change to the first one. So 50 meter will be how much? Because why did I write here 50? Because meter should be together. So again this we are going to cross multiply. We don't know how much kilometer is that. So 2 numbers means this 50 into 1, that is going to be 50. So you are going to write it in the numerator. And here there is only one number on this line. So 1000 will go in the denominator. It's the same what we have written over here. Now this one means here this and this goes off. So 5 ones are 5, 20s are. So that is 1 by 20 and which is nothing but 1:20. Now the next says that 5 years and 6 months. So this we are going to change this first part. So that is first you should know 1 year is 12 months because we want this one in months. So 1 year is 12 months. So 5 years is how much? That what are you going to do? We don't know. So again, this we are going to cross multiply. Two numbers means 15 into 12 into 5. That is up. And this 1 will go in the denominator. But usually we don't write that 1. So 12 5 that is 60 months. So in place of this, we are going to put here 60 and this 6 will be as it is. So which is nothing but 60 as to 6. And this you are going to divide it. So it will be 60 by 6 and which is nothing but 6 ones are 6 tens are that is 10 is to 1. So the next problem says that 800 ml and 5 liters. So now we will convert this to liters. Now look at here. So 1000 ml is 1 liter. So this 800 ml is going to be how much? So again we will cross multiply. 800 into 1 is going to be 800 and this 1000 goes in the denominator which is nothing but this. So now look at here, this 0 cuts, this 0 cuts means 8 by 10. 8 by 10 means if you are simplifying, you can also do like this. 10 divided by 2. So that will be nothing but, what do you get here? 4 by 5 and which is nothing but 4 by 5. So even you can do, if you don't know to cancel like this directly, you can do by this way. So that is 4 by 5. So 4 by 5 means 4 divided by 5. So how do you do that? 4 divided by 5. So because this is a smaller number, if you are putting your 1 0 over here, means you are going to put up 0 point over here. Means 5 8s are 40. Okay. So now what are you going to write here? 0.8, which is 0.8 liters. So now in place of this one, we are going to write here 0.8 and 5 is as it is because now both we got it in liters. So now let us see from this one and we are going to solve according to this one. So now 0.8 divided by 5. So 0.8, see again here now it becomes difficult because we are not using the calcium over here. So what did I do here? Now look at here. 0.8 can be also 0.8 can be also written as 8 by 10. Why? Because when we go here, after one number is the decimal. So you are going to divide by 10 because it has got only 1 0. Hope you got it. So what did I do here? This 8 by 10 is for this one 0.8 and 5 means when we write 5 means that is nothing but 5 by 1. So this is the middle line. So this is 5 by 1. So now what are you going to do? Look at this calculation first. Okay. So now this 8 by 10 is in the numerator. And this 5 by 1 is in the denominator, right? So now look at here. The numerator we are going to write as it is. But here denominator, what it gets, I want to take it up. So this will become the reciprocal. Means this 1 is going to go up and 5 is going to go down. So can you see here? 1 by 5. Hope you got this one. This is very important. So now look at here. Now we can do what we can write. 8 ones are 8 and 10 5s are 50. There are many ways of doing it. Directly you can also cut over here. But this is also one way. 8 ones are 8 and this. So when we simplify it, we get 4 by 25. Also you can go to 8 divided by 2, 50 divided by 2, which is 4 by 25. So the answer is 4 to 25. Now here they said, this concentrate on this one. Find two equivalent ratios of the following ratio. Now here, look at it, 2:3 is given. So what are you going to write here? Now we want two equivalent ratios, right? So what are we going to do here? First we will multiply this. We write this as 2:3 means we can write this as 2 by 3, right? So this is 2 by 3 or you can put here 2 by 3. So it will be more clear. And then what are you going to do? You are going to multiply this by 2. Same thing, whatever this multiplied by 2 means this also should be multiplied by 2, which is nothing but 2 2s are 4 and this is 3 2s are 6 and which is 4 to 6. And here what will you do? This also you can write here further as this. If you simplify, that is going to be 2:3. So now, but here we are not simplifying it because we just want equivalent ratio. Because why we don't write a 2:3? Because this is actually the question over here. Okay, so we have to keep at this stage because they are just asked the equivalent ratio. So we don't have to simplify this further. Now, this is the first equivalent ratio what we have done. Now, the second one, same thing here we did with 2. Here we are going to do with 3, the same number, 2/3. Here what do we got here 2/3, right? So 2/3 multiplied by this 3 and 2 into 3, and this is 3 into 3, that is going to be 9. So that will be 6 divided by 9, that will be 6:9. So which are the two equivalent ratios? Again, whatever this is the same, we are going to write it over here. Hope you got it. So now same for this 5:2, 5:4. So now what is this? This is nothing but 5/4. So 5/4 means this you are going to multiply by 2. And what will be that? 5 into 2 is 10. 4 into 2 is 8. And which is nothing but 10:8. Same thing you will multiply by 3. This 3. Same number. 5/4. So 5 3s are 15. 4 3s are 12. That which will be 15:12. So these two are the equivalent ratios. Now again from here, the same. You will write this as 27/9. Once you will multiply by 2. Second time you are going to multiply by 3 and you get these answers. Okay. So you can try for this. The answers are given. Same for here. This is nothing but 7:35, which is same what I wrote. So once you are going to multiply by 2, then because we want to equivalent ratio, then again you are going to multiply by 3 and you just multiply and see what you get. So this is the answer for that. Now in the next question it says that in an aquarium there are 3 red, 6 yellow, 4 white and 2 black fish. Find the ratio of the number of yellow fish to the number of white fish. So what are we going to do first over here? We are just going to note down all these things, means how many red we have. So here what did I do here? Number of red fish, it's given 3 red. So number of NO, and when you put a dot means that is number. Number of red fish, how many are there? 3. So I put is equal to 3. 6 yellow, number of yellow fish, that is 6. Then this is white. So number of white fish is 4. And 2 black. So number of black fish is 2. So what are you going to do first? After doing all these things, now first you are going to add. So total number of fish will be how much? 3 plus 6 plus 4 plus 2. So that is going to be 15. Okay. So now let us go for the question. What did they ask here? We got the total number. So they asked the number of yellow fish to number of white fish. So the number of yellow fish to white fish means what are we going to do? Yellow fish is 6. So we will write here 6. And 2. 2 means that is, as we have seen that how it is expressed, this is nothing but a ratio. So we can also write as a colon over here. Okay. So now here, look at here, this is white. White is 4. So whenever we write 6:4, further, for this one, we can simplify it. So 6:4 can be written as also 6/4. So we will divide by 2 over here. So which is nothing but 3:2. 3/2 will be nothing but 3:2. Okay. So here also you can do like this also. 2 2s are 2 3s are. Anyways, there are different ways of solving. So now here what did they say? Number of black fish to the total number of fish. Now you know black fish is how much? 2. So you wrote here 2. Total number we already did here. That is 15. So you can directly write it 2:15. So here this we cannot simplify it further. Now number of red fish to the number of black fish. Red fish is 3 and black is 2. So 3:2. Now let us look for the next question. This says that ratio of maths and science books in a school library is 4:5. If the number of science books is 75, find the number of maths book. So now first thing is it's given here ratio of maths to this is 4/5, 4:5. So ratio of maths to science book is 4:5. Now from this one they said number of science books is 75. So number of science books is equal to 75. So what will be this ratio now? We have when want to solve. So let us put one variable over here. So let the ratio be. We can instead of putting just 4:5, so we can put here 4x as to 5x. So now what we can say that this is maths, isn't it? And when we say the ratio of maths to science means the first number is for maths and the second number is for science. So but from that one we don't know number of science books means this is maths and this is science. So we know science is we know the total number of books is 75. So what we are going to do, this 5x we are going to put it over here. So 5x is 75. Okay, so we will first find out 5x is 75 means 5 multiplied by x. So what will we do? We will find the value of x first. So x is going to be 75. We have done in the linear equation how to solve the problems, right? This type. So here 75 divided by this 5. So this is going to be 5 ones are 5 15s are. So that is x is 15. So now what did they ask here? Find the number of maths book. So we got the value of x. So what is maths? Maths is 4x, isn't it? We have considered 4x over here. So now, so we'll put here number of maths book means 4x. So this 4 will be as it is. And for x, what we got this value is 15. So 4 into 15 is 60. So see here the ratio is given. So just put x for the convenience that it's easy to solve. That's it. So this is maths and this is science, and whatever the number of books is given, that is the science book, that is 75. So we have started because this thing is given. So we started with 5x is 75. Okay, so we got the value of x. Once we get the value of x, then it is easy to find out the number of maths book. We have to just plug in this one in this number. Hope this is clear. So by this we have not completed this exercise, but we'll do in the next. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me for another math session. So this is the second part of the same chapter, that is the ratio and proportion. So we have already done some part of the exercise 9.1. That is the 6 questions we have done. So let us go for the next question, that is question number 7. So here it says that you have to compare the given ratios. So these are the given ratios and we have to compare it. So you know comparing means either you have to write this greater than or the less than sign this. So here whenever we write like this means this opens the mouth wherever there is a bigger number. We say the crocodile's mouth. We have seen this in the previous video. You can go to the previous video, the detailed explanation about it. If the bigger number is over here, you are going to open the mouth over here. So let us see when we are doing the example, we will get more idea about it. So now this is 3:7 can be written 3 divided by 7, and this 5:9 can be written as 5 divided by 9. So now what you can see, the denominators are different. So first thing when we are comparing means we should make the denominator same. So there are many ways. So one of the way what we have to do, we have to take the LCM. So now LCM means there are two numbers over here. So either we do it with the prime factorization separately, or we can do by this way. This is called the common division method. So now we have taken two numbers both together. So whenever we are doing with the common division method, there are two numbers over here. So we have to go from the lowest number. Suppose first we have to see whether the numbers are divisible by 2. If not, by 3, 4, 5 and so on. We cannot jump directly. In some cases like that is divisible by the bigger number, but we cannot jump directly to the bigger number. So now what you can see, this is 7 and 9. So here you can see these both numbers, out of this any number is not divisible by 2. So we can try for 3. So yes, what we can see, 3. 3 means this 9 goes with 3. So what are we going to do? This we have to keep as it is, 7. First now let us go for this 3 because this 7 is not divisible by 3. So what we are going to write here? 3 times 3 is 9. 7 as it is. Now the second one again here is 7 and 3. So again this goes with 3. 3 ones are 3 and this 7 as it is. Now what we can see, this is 7 and 1. So what are we going to do here? We are going to write here, this one will be as it is, and here we can do, because this is a prime number, so it will be divisible by the number itself. So what are you going to write here? 7 ones are 7. So now what you can see, this 3 numbers, whatever there, what are you going to do? You are going to multiply that. So now LCM will be 3 multiplied by 3 into 7. So 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 9 7s are 63. So we have now 63 is the LCM. Now look at here. Now here we will take this number. So now look at the denominator. So we have 7. So 7 times 9 is 63. So whatever number you write over here, the same number we have to write in the numerator. So concentrate first. We always start with the denominator, make it to 63. 7 is already there. So we are going to write 9. Whatever we write extra in the denominator, same number should be in the numerator. So we wrote over here 9 and 9. Now let us see for this one, and later I'll tell you what to do. Now this is 9. So 9 times 7 is 63. So you have written here 7 extra, right? So here you are going to write again 7. So now we will go like this downwards. So 3 9s is 27, and of course this 7 9s is 63. Now let us go for the sideways here. 5 7s are 35 and 9 7s is 62. So now what are you going to do? Both the denominators are the same. So time being, don't think about the denominators, because now we have both the denominators same. So what are we going to do? We are going to compare these two numbers. So from this one, which is bigger, that is 35. So as I said, that the sign, this mouth opens towards the biggest number. So 35 is here, so we have to open the mouth over here. So now we can write 27, and this one, the denominator, of course, we have to write here. So 27 by 63 is less than 35 by 60. So now this is not completed. So what happens here? Actual number was what? 3:7 and 5:9. So here whatever was 27, this is nothing but 3:7, and this is, so the sign remains for less than. So this is your final answer, because you have to compare the ratios. Hope that is clear. So we will go now for the similar one, only the numbers are different. Now again here 2:5 means you will write here 2 by 5. 4:11 means you are going to write here 4 by 11. So now look at the denominators, 5 and 11. Again here what are you going to look at here? 5 and 11. So this is not possible with 2, 3, 4. No, then directly 5. 5 ones are 5. And this 11 is going, this is not divisible by 5. So write 11 as it is. Now what you can see, this 1. So wherever you have 1, you are going to write it as it is. Now this is 11. This is 11 is a prime number. So 11 times 1 is 11. So now what you can see, this 5 and 11, these are the factors. So we have to take the LCM. So we have to take this 5 into 11, that is 55. Now the 55 is the LCM. So now look at this number. You already have at the denominator, look at the denominator. So first thing, you have to make the denominator to 55. 5 is already there. So 5 times 11 is 55. So what have you multiplied this by 11? So same thing should be in the numerator. This also should be multiplied by 11. Now already we have here 11. So you have to, 11 times 5 is 55. So multiplied by 5. So this also should be multiplied by 5. Now we will do here, what is here? 2 times 11 is 22. And here 4 times 5 is 20. Denominator same, that is 55. Now you have to compare for this, both the denominators are same. Look at the numerator, which is the bigger number, that is 22 by 22, right? And here is 20. So what are you going to write here? 22 by 55 is greater than 20 by 55. And what is 22 by 55 is nothing but 2:5. So you have to write this is greater than this one. So this is the answer. So the next problem, it is the same. The method is the same, only you should know how to factorize this one. So here again, the denominator, see here, this will be divided. 13:18 will be divided. Now you have to take the LCM of the denominator, 15 and 8. Now look at here. So what we can start with 2. Yes, here you can see that 2 times 9 is 18. But then this doesn't go with 2, right? So what we are going to do? We are going to write here 15 as it is. Now here when you compare these two numbers, so that is not possible with 2. So we'll see for 3. So yes, 3 times 5 is 15. And here 3 times 3 is 9. Again, what we have to see here, it's not possible by 2, but by 3, yes, this number is, so this 5 will be as it is. 3 times 1 is 3. Now here 1, so this 1 will be as it is. 5 times 1 is 5. Hope you got it. So 2, 3, 3, 5, these are the factors. So when you multiply it, this you get 90. So now this 90 is the LCM. Now let us go back to this one. So what are you going to do? Look at the denominator. So first denominator means 15 is already there. 50 times 6 is 90. So you have multiplied this by 6. So this also should be multiplied by 6. 11, of course, it will be the same. Now look at this number. This is 18. So 18 times 5 is 90. We have multiplied this by 5. So the numerator also should be multiplied by 5. This is going to be the same. So now what is here? 11 times 6 is 66. Here, of course, 90. 13 times 5 is 65. Here, of course, 90. So now you have to compare these two numbers. So which is bigger? Of course, 66. So what are you going to do? You are going to open the mouth over here. And again the same ratio. That means it shows that if this is greater means this also should be greater. Okay. Now look at the next one. So here again it is the same thing, only the numbers are different. So I think you must have got that one, and if not you can just look at the answers as well. I'm just going to tell you how to take the LCM here. Now see here, same thing, this I divided. Now we are going to look at the LCM for 21 and 29. So these both numbers don't go with 2. So we'll see for 3. 3, yes. 3 sevens are 21. 29 as it is. Again these two numbers, because here this is also 7. So prime number, and this also prime number. So what are we going to do? 7 times 1. This doesn't go with 7. So 29, this 29 will be as it is. So now what you can see here, this one will be as it is. 29 is a prime number, so it will be divisible by the number itself. So hope you got it. So you will multiply this. These are the factors. You will get 609, and you have to see here 21 is already there. What we have to multiply by 29, and same over here. So you can see this problem later on. The answer is, this is the final answer given. The method is the same what we have done for ABC. Now in the next problem it says that in a garden there are 24 sunflowers out of 80 flowers. That means total flowers are 80, out of that 24 are sunflowers. So there are two gardens. Now see, in a garden means this is one garden. In another garden, this is the another garden, there are 80 sunflowers. And how many total flowers are there? There are 110 flowers. Out of that 80 are sunflowers. So they said these two gardens, which garden has a greater ratio of sunflowers? So now let us see what I have done here. I have divided the thing like I have put here in garden 1 and in garden 2. So total numbers in garden 1 is what? 80. So I wrote total number of flowers is 80. And number of flowers, how many are there? So we can also write here, instead of just writing number of flowers, we can write here number of sunflowers. Okay, because they have mentioned. So we can just write here number of sunflowers. Same over here, they have mentioned here. So we can write here number of sunflowers. That will be more better. Now the total number of flowers is 80. Number of sunflowers is, out of that is 24. So now what are they have asked for the ratio. So this one, whenever you write this one, so what you are going to do, this 24 out of this set, 24 out of. So when we write 80, whenever this is there, the total should be always in the denominator. So just remember, when the out of is given, suppose you get 9 marks out in maths out of 10. So how do we write 9 by 10? Isn't it? So same thing over here. So what are you going to do? You are going to write here 24 out of 80. And when you simplify this, what do you get? This is divisible by 8 3s are and 8 10s are 8. Or you can do, if you don't know directly, you have to do this one. So you will go with the lowest number, that is 24 divided by 2. Same thing, what you divide, the same number will be divided. If 2 here also 2. So that will be 20 by 40. Again, this is divisible by 2. So what is that going to be? that will be 6 by 20. Again, this is divisible by 2. So this is going to be 6 by 20 is going to be what? Divided by 2. So this is going to be 3 by 10. Okay, anyways you can do only when you do like this by 2, 2, 2. So that are going to be longer step, that's it. So now you got 3 by 10 and we are dealing here with ratios. So we have to write this in a ratio that is going to be 3:10. So this was for garden 1. Now look for garden 2. What did they say? Total number of flowers is how many? 110. So here total number of flowers is 110. Out of that, how many are sunflowers? 80. So total number of sunflowers is 80. So now again here ratio, as I told you before, that total is going to be in the denominator. So you will write here 80 by 110. So now what you can do, this is very simple. You will just cut down the zeros. So this 8 and this is not divisible by anyone. So you are going to write here 8 by 11 and that is 8 is to 11. So now they asked one which has the greater ratio. So now what you can see over here that this is 3:10. You have to compare here. Why? Because here 3:10 and 8:11. So from this, looking at this, we cannot see which is greater, right? So what are you going to do? Same thing what we did in the previous problems. You are going to divide it here. This you are going to divide it over here. Now look at the denominators. But here, now the denominators are different. So again you have to take the LCM. So 10 and 11. So what will happen here? This will go with 2. So 2 5s are 10. 11 will be as it is. So now compare these two numbers. So we cannot do it 2, 3, 4. So 5 ones are 5. So this 11 is going to be as it is. Now take this 1 down as it is and this 11 ones are 11 because this is a prime number. So now what you can see 2, 5 and 11. So the LCM of that is going to be 110. So now you take this number. Look at the denominator. You have to make denominator 110. 10 is already there. So what you have to multiply by that? 11. 11 tens are 110. So this you are multiplied by 11. So this also, the numerator also should be multiplied by 11. Same over here. Look at the denominator is 11. So 11 tens are 110. So since you have multiplied this by 10, this also should be multiplied by 10. So that is going to be now, let us see here. 3 11s is 33 and this is 110. 8 10s is 80 and this is 110. So now what will be that? So 33 is divided by 110 and this you have to compare this to one, right? So 80 is bigger. So you have to open the mouth over here because the 80 is a bigger number. So we want in the ratio. What is this one? This is nothing but this, right? And this is this one. So you are going to write down ratio. So from this one, what you can see, looking at the numbers, what you can see that 8:11, isn't it? This is 80 by 10 is becoming, that is nothing but 8:11. So 8:11 is greater than 3:10. So what is 8:11? This is garden 2. So we can say garden 2 has greater ratio of sunflowers. Hope that is clear. So now let us go for the next problem. Says that Riya distributed rupees 777 between her sisters Rima and Ritika. They have two sisters, Rima and she has two sisters, Rima and Ritika. And the ratio is 11:10. Find the difference between the shares of Rima and Ritika. So now here what we can do first, let us write here, let Rima and Ritika share be X. Okay, we don't know. So ratio is given as 11:10. So when this 11:10 means, see here, this is Rima and this is Ritika. So what happens here? Rima's share. This is 11, isn't it? And we have considered this share be expressed as this. So what are you going to write here? In place of this, you are going to write 11x. And in place of this, what you are going to write here? 10x means Rima's share is 11x and Ritika's share is 10x. Here, this is for Rima and this is for Ritika. So just put x over there, multiply by x, because we are considering this as x. We have to write some variable, otherwise it's not easy to calculate. Okay. Now there are many ways, but this is one of the good way of writing and easy. Now we can see now the total money we have to see. This is 11x and 10x. So this is going to be how much? 21x. And here what they have given, she is distributing 77 rupees, means 777. So total money is 777. Out of this share is how much? 21x. So now either you write this over here left hand side is same as right hand side. Or you can also write this any ways you can write it. You put it over here or you put it over here. You can write any ways. So just I put here this 21x over here on the left side from right to left. So because we get the variable over here and it becomes easy for you to understand. Okay, we can also do both ways. But then if you put it here, it will be more easier. Now 21x is 777. So x is going to be what? Because this is multiplication, right? So it is going to get divided. So this is 777 divided by 21. And when you divide it, you get 37. So we got x is 37. So now they want here, find the difference between shares of Rima and Ritika. So what will we here? We have considered Rima's share as 11x. So what are you going to do? Rima's share 11x means 11 is already here and this x is 37. So this 37. So what will be your answer? 407. So this is Rima's share. Now here what you can see here that they have asked again for Ritika also. So Ritika is how much? 10x. So now 10x means you are going to write it over Ritika's share 10x. 10 into this x is 37. So that is 370. And this whatever it is, that should be rupees, right? Because the rupee money has been distributed. So this we should can write here in rupees. Okay. Now, so we want the difference between the shares of Rima and Ritika. So we are going to, what is the difference means this minus this. So what is the difference? That is 37. Okay. So hope you got the answer. So now the next problem says that a car covers 162 km in 3 hours and a scooter covers 120 km in 4 hours. Find the ratio of speed of the car to the speed of scooter. So now we have to see, but this 162 km means that covers means that is the distance, isn't it? So now what we will see here, distance covered by car. And the time, how much it is taken in 3 hours. So 162 km, it is taking 3 hours time. So we want the speed. So you know the distance, the speed, this you have to remember the formula. Speed is equal to distance by time. So how to remember the distance by time? You can just put something D and T. Like you know the detergent, the spelling of detergent. So it starts with D and ends with T. So you know sometimes many of them get confused where the distance should be and where the time should be. You can make any word where it like it's up to you. This is one of the things I told you. You don't have to. You can make any word. So just to remember where should be the distance and where should be time. So if you write the opposite, your answer is going to be wrong. Even other steps are right. So remember this, speed is equal to distance by time. And as I told you earlier, you have to note down the formulas. That is very important. So now see here, this distance is given as 162 and time is given as 3 and which comes out to be 54 and this is the unit kilometer per hour. Why we write a kilometer per hour? Because the distance is given in kilometer, isn't it, this one? And the time is given in hours. So can you see this is a division of that? So that is kilometer per hour. Okay. Now look at the next they said that is the and a scooter. We have to see for that scooter, distance covered by a scooter, that is 120 kilometer. So that is 120 kilometer. And the time is given as 4 hours. Same thing, you are going to use the same formula. Speed is equal to distance by time. So here 120 divided by 4, which comes out again 30 kilometer per hour. So now what did they say here? Find the ratio of speed of car to the speed of 2. 2 means, we have studies video. You can go to when the 2 means that is the ratio. Okay, we use 2 for the ratio. So now the ratio of speed of car to speed of this one. So what did we get here? Here we got is 54 as to 30. So 54 as to 30. So here we divide it, isn't it? 54 by 30. So what will be here? 6 5s are 30 and 6 9s. Here also, as I told you, you can divide it by 2 if you don't know. But the steps are going to be more. Okay, whatever it is, keep on dividing till you get the final answer. So this is 9 by 5 and we want the ratio that is going to be 9 is to 5. So the next problem says that a mason earns rupees 3,600 a month and spends rupees 1,200. Find the ratio of his savings to expenditure. So the earn means that is the income of. So what is the income? That is 3,600 rupees. And spends rupees 1,200 means expenditure, that is 1,200. And we want a ratio of saving. So what will be the saving first? This saving is nothing but whatever the income is there, from that you have to subtract the expenditure. So that is savings. So 3,600 minus this 1,200, which is 2,400. So we want, what do we want? Savings to expenditure. So savings is 2,400. So yeah, savings and expenditure. Expenditure is what? 1,200. So this is very important. Just see what is written in the question carefully. Okay. So now look at here. Again, we got this ratio. So first thing, we will divide it and simplify it. We are writing dividing here to simplify it. So 0, 0 goes off. 12 ones are, 12 twos are. So that is 2 divided by 1. That is 2:1. So the next problem says that divide rupees 310 among A, B and C in the ratio 2:3:5. So now again here we are going to consider the common ratio as x. Ratio is given as 2:3:5. So we can, what 2:3:5 means there are 3 persons, isn't it? A, B, C. So amount of A plus amount of B plus amount of C, that is given as what? 310, because this 310 we have to divide it. So now what are we going to get here when we 2, 3 and 5? So what we can write here? We can also write here, because we said common ratio as x. So we can also write here 2x raised to 3x raised to 5x. So this total, when we add it, 5, 3, 8 and this 10. So that is going to be 2x plus 3x plus 5x is 300. So this is 10x is 300. So what do you get here? X, this is multiplication. When it goes to the other side, it gets divided. So 310 divided by 10. So here 0, 0 gets cut off. So x is 31. So here we want the share of each. So A's share is going to be what? Here we consider this as 2x, 3x and 5x. So this is for A, this is for B and this is for C. So A's share is 2x, that is 2 into this 31. So that is going to be rupees 62. What will be the B's share? That is 3x. So 3 into x, that is going to be 93. So for C's share, that is 5x and 5 into 31, that is 155. That is, rupees is important. The units are important, otherwise you will lose your marks. See that you write the proper units. So this was for today. So let's welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me for another math session. So this is the third part of this chapter, that is ratio and proportion. So we have already done one exercise of this one, and let us go for the remaining part, the remaining exercise. So let's start with it. So now before we start with the exercise, you should know what is proportion. We have, the ratio we have already done in the previous one in the video, and this now we are going to see here, that is what is proportion. So now look at here. We can just write, somebody ask you for the definition, so you should know what is proportion first, and later on I'll give you the example. So when it says when two ratios are equal, they are said to be proportion. So I will give you this example later on. Just say when two ratios are equal, they are said to be in proportion. And for this one, we use this. Can you see these 4 dots over here? So this symbol is used to express the equality of two ratios. Now see here, if this is given, if A is to B is equal to C is to D. So now the numbers A, B, C, D are in proportion. How can we say? So we also can write this is equal to as these 4 dots. Okay. So now we read it as, how we read it as, A is to B is as C is to, we can also say as C is to D. Or we can say A is to B is equal to C is to D. Anyways, you can read it. Now let us see the other point what we have to say here, that two ratios when they are said in proportion, if you have to learn this one. Okay, so product of extreme is equal to product of means. So what do you mean if we take this one? Now there will be some numbers over here in place of ABCD. So you should know what is extremes and what is means first. So I have drawn this one. Now see here which are at the corners of this one. So this A and D, they are called the extremes, and what is in the middle, they are called the means. So you have to write this in your notes. Okay, so the edges, they are called the extremes, and what is in the middle, they are called the means. So we have to multiply. So that is going to be what, a into this one, because the product is this side, right? A into D is equal to B into C. That will be AD is equal to BC. In place of this, there will be some numbers. That's it. So now we will see the exercise. Now they said here, which of the following are in proportion? Now these four numbers are given. So now we know that is AS to B is CS to D. Now this first will take here. This is A, B, C, D. So now what I have done here, we want to see they are in which are in proportion, right? So first I took these two numbers. So this we are going to write the ratio of this 21 is to 35. So this I can divide this one. So 21 is to 35. So when we divide it, so what happens here? 21. So 21 is divisible by 7. So 7 threes are 21 and 7 fives are. So now look at here, 21 and this 35. So if I divide it by 7, the both numbers should be same when you are dividing. So it is going to be 3 by 5. And 3 by 5 is nothing but 3 is to or is to 5. Okay, both is the same. Now here, when we say 24 is to 40, so we will divide it. So here, what are we going to divide it? I did it by 8. So what is this going to be? 8 threes are 24, and here 8 fives are 40. You can also do it by doing it by 2 if you don't know the bigger numbers. But there will be a long step. So this is going to be 12 by 20. Again, this you have to divide by 2 and so on. So here what we get here, 3 divided by 5, and which is also 3 is to 5. So what you can see here, this also is 3 is to 5 and this also is 3 is to 5. So what we can say that this is 20, means this one, this number. So we'll write this one as 21 is to 35 is equal to, when we take these two numbers, 24 is to 40. So we can say the numbers are in proportion because both are same. Hope you got this one. So now also we can do here the other method for this one. That was the one method. The other method we have seen, that is the same example we can take. That is the product of means and product of extremes. So we know which are extremes over here, 21 and 40, and means are 35 and 24. So can you see, a means are 35 and 24. So you will multiply this, you get 840. And extremes are 21 and 40. So you get 840, means both are same. So what you can say, product of means is equal to product of extremes. So we can say these numbers 21, 35, 24 and 40 are in proportion. You can do by any ways. Okay. Now we will go for the next problem. Again here I have used the product of means and product of extremes. You can go by the first method also. So now which are the extremes are this into this? So these are the extremes. Or here I did first means. Anyways you can do. These are the means, 7 into 40, that is 280. And extremes are this one, 5 into 64, that is 320. So what you can see, this is 280 and this is 320. So product of means, when we write like this, means it says that it is not equal to product of means. So we can say 5, 7, 40 and 64 are not in proportion. Hope you got this one. Now again here, which one are you going to see? Means this into this, when you multiply 4590, when you multiply this into this, that is called the extremes. 4590 means both are equal. So hope you know this one. This is easy. You have to say, but you have to write this. Product of means is equal to product of extreme, and then you have to write this one also. Okay, not just skip up to this one and say it is yes or no. Now again the same over here. This is extremes and these are the means. So when you use the formula, I think, but here what you can see now, 378 when you are doing product of means, and this is 454. So these are not equal. So this is not equal to, so they are not in proportion. So now look at here, find the value of x in each of the following proportions. So what you can see now, can you see this is A, B, C and D. We don't know the value of this one, x is over here. So what are you going to do this, when you write is the 2 is to 3, so we can divide it. You have seen in the previous problem, so we divide it. So in this one says that you can also write is equal to sign over here. And when we are doing this one means it says that you can write x by 6 over here. So now what are you going to do? You are going to cross multiply. For this one, the easy way is to cross multiply. So what happened? This 6 goes over here and this goes over here. So 2 into 6. So I wrote here 2 into 6. This will go here means on the right hand side, that is 3 into x. So now what will you write? 2 into 6 will be as it is over here. And this 3 will, this is in the numerator. When you change the place, it will go in the denominator because is equal to is a separator over here, right? So now this x will be on one side, that is on the same side, that is the right hand side. So now you will simplify this one. 3 ones are and 3 twos are. So what remains here is 2 twos are 4. So x is 4. Only the thing is you should know the formula. What is to be done? So here it is very easy that you have to divide it and then cross multiply. That's it. Same over here. See here, this part. You will write x by 5. This is equal to, this is 4 by 2. So now what will you do? Again, you will cross multiply. So x into 2, that is going to be here. 5 into 4, it will be here. So just you want the value of x. So what did I do? This is your left hand side and this is your right hand side. This also we have seen in the previous videos. You can check. So don't skip any videos, okay? Now look at here. This x will be as it is. And 5 by 4, the right hand side is same here. And this 2 is in the numerator. So when it is going here, this gets divided. So what will happen here? 2 ones are, 2 twos are 4. And 5 twos are 10. Or if you don't know this, to do simplify this, what you will write here? 5 into 4 is 20. 20 by 2, that is going to be 10. Hope you got this one. The next one again here. 4 divided by 5. This is equal to, this you will write 4 by x. When you go here, so this is going to be 4 multiplied by x is 5 multiplied by 4. So x you will keep as it is. 5 by 4 here as it is. This will go on the other side means this is going to get divided. So here 4 and 4 gets cancelled. That will be 1. 5 ones are 5. So x is 5. Again here the same. 1 by 2. This is equal to 3 by x. This is x, 1 into x. 2 into 3. X is 2 by 3 and this 1, it remains the number itself, right? So 3 twos are 6. When anything divided by 1, it's the number itself. So now what did they say in the next question? Says that determine whether the following ratios form a proportion or not. And then they said if they form a proportion, write the middle terms and the extreme terms. Now you know which are the middle terms and which are the extreme terms. Now first look at here. These are the two given and these two are given. So what will you do? First thing we will think about this one. So because now see here, when you are thinking about this, the units are given. So here also is kilogram, here also is kilogram. So here can you see I didn't write kilogram. I divided it. This when we do, we can divide it, but I didn't write a kilogram because both the units are same. So when we have this one, you know, we can also, here we have two numbers, right? After this decimal. So here we have two, but here you can see we have only one number. So we can put 0. That doesn't change the value. So here I put 0. Why? That was for the easy calculation. Now when we put this 0, you can see here also after 2 numbers is a decimal. Here after 2 numbers is a decimal. So we can remove the decimal. So what we can do? We can just write the number. When there are equal number of this one numbers after this decimal, so we can remove the decimal. So now what remains is the number. So it is 50 by 45. Now what we are going to do, this 50 by 45, we are going to simplify it. So this I divided it by 5. So what did you get? 50 divided by 5 is 10 and 45 divided by 5 is 9. So what now this is 10 by 9. Okay, now let us see for this one. Again what we can see, the units are same. So we can cut down the units and just think about the number. So 110 divided by 99. 110 divided by 90. So we can simplify this. So we can write this divided by 11. So here when we are dividing by 11, so this also will be divided by 11, and you know here 10 11s is this 110, and this will be 9 over here. Okay, when you divide this. So now what you can see, these both are same, isn't it? So we can say, therefore, 0.5 kg, whatever is in the question, the same thing, this all are in proportion. And then they asked us, what did they ask here? If they form a proportion, then now we know that is a proportion. So we have to write the middle terms and the extreme terms. So middle terms and the extreme terms, now you know, these whatever are there, these are the extreme and these are the middle ones, correct? So middle term is what? 0.45, and this is rupees 10. And extreme terms are what? 0.5, and this is 99, along with the unit is important. Hope you got this one. Now next one says that 6 liters and 24 liters. So this part is 6 by 24. So 6 by 24, now both the units are same. So we are not going to think about the units, so just write a number. So when you simplify this 6 by 1, this one, 6 ones are 6 fours, that is going to be 1 by 4. Now look at here. Again, the units are same. We can just write the number. This is 18 and 72. So 18 divided by 72. So here again, if you know the table, 18 ones are 18, 18 fours are 72. So this is 1 by 4. If you don't know the 18 times table, so what are you going to do? You are going to keep on dividing by 2. So this is going to be 9 and this is going to be 36. Now again what you can do, you can divide it by 3, or you can do 9 ones and 9 fours, that is 1 by 4. So now you can see both numbers are same. So what we can write? These are in proportion. Again they have asked for the middle and the extreme term. Middle are this and the extreme are this one. So middle terms, same thing, whatever is written, we'll write it over here. Hope you got this one. Next here, what we have to do, now when we are seeing at this problem, so what we can see, we have to divide this, but before that what we can see, this is centimeter and this is millimeter. So these units are different, so we have to make it to either centimeter or millimeter. So what did I do here? Because this centimeter is bigger than the millimeter, so I considered this part and I want to make this to millimeter. So what did I take here? 1 centimeter is 10 millimeter, that you know. So now we want for 2 centimeters. So 2 centimeters is going to be how much? When you multiply that, that is going to be 20 millimeter. So now what you can see, this is now 20 millimeter and this is 34 millimeter. So now both we got same unit. So what are we going to do? Just 20 and 34 we are going to divide it. Hope you got this step. So now what will you do here? You will simplify this one. So this I divided by 2. So what did I get here? 10 divided by 17. So further I cannot do anything because this is a prime number. So this will be as it is. Now let us think for this one. Again here what we can see, this is gram and this is kilogram and gram. So what we can do over here, that is here, see here, this is gram and this is middle gram and this kilogram and this is gram. So we can convert this first kilogram to gram first, so it will be easier. So now look at here. So now what you know, 1 kilogram is 1000 gram. So now we want 2 kilogram. 2 kilogram is how much? 2000 gram. So but again what I can do, we want here 2 kilogram and 40 gram. So this together, what is the answer? So it becomes easier because this is a single number. So 2 kilogram means what did we get? We got here 2000, isn't it? This one 2 kilogram and 40 gram we want. So this 2 kilogram we got as 2000 and this you have to add 40 to it. So what is the total for this one is 2040 gram. So here is actually now 2040 gram. Now can you see both units are same? So what will you take here? 1200 and 2040. So now can you see here? 1200 and 2040. So now here what are you going to do this? First thing is, what did I do? Again I made it smaller. This and 0 and this 0 I cut off. Now remains is 120 divided by 204. So it's, can you see here? So this I divided by 12. So this came out to be 10 by 17. So again what I do, if you don't know the table of 12, again you can do by the same one, first divide by 2 and so on, but it will be a long step. So now what we can see, these both are same. So what we can say, they are in proportion. Hope you got it. The same thing, the middle term, you can just refer the problem. Okay, so just to, we can take some extra problems if we save time in doing the similar ones. Okay, now, so this is done. Okay, just look at the previous problem. It's easy once you know the same ones. Now, again, this also same. Now look at here, milliliter and liter. So we will make it to, first we can make it to here, this is milliliter. Let us make this to also milliliter. So 1 liter is 1000 milliliter, and this 2 liter is going to be 2000 milliliter. So here is 250, and this 2 liter is going to be 2000 milliliter. So when you cancel this 1 0, so 25 ones are 25 eights are. Again, if you don't know, you can just divide by 5 and see. Okay, if you don't know directly to do it. See, always that reminded me that always learn the table of 20 and 25, because in many places you will get this one and it will be easy for the calculation. And 21, if you know 2 times table, you know how to do. And this also is very easy, 20. So you should always learn 20 and 25 table. Now, so this is 1 by 8. Now look at this one. This is for minutes and this is hours. So now what will we do? I will convert this to hours to minutes. So now 1 hour is 60 minutes. So this 2 hours is going to be 120 minutes. So now this, see here, this you got as 120 minutes now. So now this is 48 minutes and 120. So 48 divided by 120. Got it? Okay. So now what I did, I divided by 24. You can go for that 2, that will be more better. 24 definitely I don't expect from you all, but I did it by 24. Okay. So here you can go this, when you divide it by 24, that is 2 by 5. So what we can see, this is 1 by 8 and this is 2 by 5. So definitely they are not in proportion. Correct? So not in proportion means we don't have to find out what is the product of means and what is the product of the extremes. Now the next problem says that if the first, second and fourth terms of a proportion are 6, 36 and 84 respectively, then find the third term. So now see here, when they write here, we want the third term. So this is first, second, we don't know the third, and this is fourth. Hope you got this one. So we don't know the third term, right? They have asked for the third term. Now first term, that is 6, second term is 36, and fourth term is 84. And we don't know what is the third term. Okay. So now let us consider the third term as x. If this is clear, other things are very easy. So hope you got this one. So what will we write this? This 6 will write here. This is to sign 36. In place of this one, in place of is equal to, you can also put these 4 dots. Third term, we considered this x, so you will put here 1, 2, 3. And this is a fourth term, this is 84. Okay, now look at here, this 6 is to 36. So now what are you going to do here? This you are going to divide it. This means is equal to. Again, this you are going to divide it. So now what are you going to do? You will cross multiply. So cross multiply means either you take, in this cross, you can take any ways. Like I took x over here. So first thing I multiplied this into this. So no problem. You can also do that. Or you can take this first also. Like you can also do 6 into 84 first. And here you can take here 36 into x. Both ways is same. Okay. So don't be confused over here. So I took here 6 into this. So 36 into x over here first. And then I took this one 6 into 84. So I want the value of x. So I'll keep x on this one because this is your left hand side and this is your right hand side. Okay, so here what are you going to do? You are going to take here left hand side x as it is, right hand side these both values you kept it over here, and this you have taken it to the right hand side. So this is in the numerator, so that will go in the denominator. So again that one I have done this one, LHS and RHS. If something is here plus, it becomes minus, minus becomes plus, multiplication becomes division, and division becomes multiplication. Hope you know this rule. Okay, if not, you can go and check it in the previous video. Now again here, when I simplify this, again now simplification we have done in many places. So you see how it is simplified, and anyways, you can simplify, you can go with 2's and all that, you can, only the steps are going to be more, so you get the final answer as x is 14. So that we can write this, we have to write this one. So therefore, third term, what they have asked, what is the third term, not just writing x. So this step is writing, this step is very important. So third term is 14. So now the next what we are going to see is the unitary method. So you know what do you mean by unitary method? That you should know first. Unitary method means you have to solve problems related to proportion and this one ratio. So in that one, what you are going to do, the method of finding the value of one unit and then finding the value of the required number of units is called the unitary method. First thing, just look at the definition, and then when we do the example, that is going to be very clear, because just when you read this one, definitely many of them won't understand what is that. What is your one unit, and the value of the required number of units is called the unitary method. Now see, let us see, I'll show you what it is. Now see here, the example has been given over here, that if 6 books cost, see here, 6 books are costing 54 rupees, and what is the cost of 8 books? So in this one, what are we going to do? They said, first you have to find the value of 1 unit. Okay, now here, what did they say? 6 books is, now look at it, 6 books is 54. So 6 book is 54. Directly, we are not going to jump over to 8 books. First, we will see what is the cost of 1 book. So now what will you do? Cost of 6 books is 54. So cost of 1 book. So what are you going to do? Now see here, we don't know what is the cost of 1 book. We'll put a question mark over here. So when we are cross multiplying, now look at here, there is no number over here, right? So what will you do? I have also told this one, that these are the two numbers, that 1 into 54, that is going to be 54, that you are going to write in the numerator. Always when you cross two numbers, wherever you have, we have 3, 1, 2 and 3. Fourth one we don't know. So wherever we see in the cross the two numbers, that we have to put in the numerator, and the single number will go in the denominator. Again and again I'm repeating that. Okay, so now look at here, 54. And at this cross, the two numbers 1 into 54 means 54, and this 6 is going to go in the denominator. So 6 ones are and 6 nines are. So that is rupees 9. So cost of 1 book is 9 rupees. So now we are going to see what is the cost of 8 books. Now 1 is 9. So what you got? That is very simple. 8 into 9, that is going to be 72. Hope you got it. So that they said, the finding the value of 1 unit and then finding the value of the required number of units. Required, what was required here? The 8 books. Now hope it is clear to you. So we'll see with the exercise here. Now see here, they said the price of 10 balls is 50 and find the price of 15. So again here we are not going to find out directly 15. First what will you do? Look at the first sentence. Price of 10 balls, that is 50. So first we'll look at the price of 1 ball. So what will you do? You will cross multiply. We don't know how much is that, is it? So 50 ones are 50 and this 10 will go in the denominator. So what will be the 10 ones are 10 fives are, that will be 5. So now you got 1 ball is 5. So now we will go for the second sentence. What does this say? 15 such balls. So price of 15 balls, that is 15 into 5, that is 75. So this is called the unitary method. Hope you got this one. So now the second one also says the same. Price of 20 kg of wheat is 600 and find the price of 13 kg of wheat. So now look at here. Now price of 20 kg of wheat is 600. In the first sentence it says, okay, and now we don't have to find out this 13 kg first. Here what will we do? We will find out the price of 1 kg. So again this we are going to cross multiply. Here we don't know how much is 1 kg. So 1 into this is going to be 600 divided by this 20 will go in the denominator. This and this will get cancelled. 2 ones are 2 30s are, that is 30 rupees. And so the price of 13 kg of wheat, we want this 13 kg, right? So this is going to be 13 into 30 and which is going to be 390 rupees. So now again here what did they say in this one, that if there are 50 trees in 4 acres of land, how many trees are there in 10 acres of land? So now see here, 50 trees in 4 acres. Okay, now look at 50 trees in 4 acres. So rate is given as how much? How many trees are there in this one? So here what will we do? Directly we are not first going to find out for 1, because say when we do it for 1, this will be 50 divided by 4. So that will be something in point. Okay, so let us keep the fraction as it is. So rate is 50 by 4. So this let us keep as it is first. So x trees in 10 acres of land. we don't know how many trees are there, right? So what will we'll put here? That trees are, look at the second sentence. How many trees are there in 10 acres of land? So X trees are there in 10 acres of land. So how will you set up the equation? Now look at here. This is 50 trees and 4 acres. And here is X and here is 10. So how will you set up the proportion? Now look at here. This 50 trees by this one, trees and acres over here. And here you are going to put a whenever proportion means you will put your is equal to sign. See here, this is trees means here also should be trees. And what we have done that is X trees. Okay, so that should be up. And acres is here means this also should be acres. And how many acres is that? That is 10 acres. So hope this equation is clear to you. If this equation is clear to you, you can just cross multiply. So now forget about these acres and acres, trees and trees. Just look at the numbers. 50 into 10. So at this cross, I put 50 into 10. And here 4 into x, that is 4x. So 50 into 10 divided by 4, that is x. So what will be here? 50 tens is 500 and this is 4. This is x. So here when you divide 500 by 4, that you are going to get 125 is x. So what is x we have considered here? That is the trees in 10 acres of land, and that is what they have asked. So now what will you say? There are 125 trees in 10 acres of land. Now again, what did they say in the next problem here? There are 15 pencils in 3 boxes and find the number of pencils in 8 such boxes. So now in 3 boxes, now look at the first one. In 3 boxes, what do we have? We have 15 pencils. So 3 boxes we have 15 pencils. So first thing we'll do for 1 box. So 1 box is going to be how much? When you cross multiply, that is going to be 15 divided by 3. That will be 5, 3 ones are 3 5s are, that will be 5 pencils. So we want this in 10 boxes. So 10 boxes will be how much? 10 into 5. That is going to be 50 pencils. So there are 50 pencils in 10 boxes. Now again look at this one. It says that a car consumes 8 liters of petrol in covering a distance of 100 kilometers. How many kilometers will it travel in? 26 liters of petrol. So in 8 liter, it is traveling. It is covering this one 100 kilometers. So in 800, so in 1 liter will be how much? So again cross multiply. 1 into 100 will be 100, and this 8 will go in the denominator. That will be 8. So now in this kind, instead of solving this, we can keep in the fraction as it is, because why? We have to see further, right? So here what did they say? How many kilometers would we travel in? 26 liter. So when 1 liter, this is this much one, 100 by 8 kilometer. So 26 liter, how much? So what will you do? You will cross multiply. So what will you do here? 26 multiplied by 100 or 100 by 8 multiplied by 26. And this one goes in the denominator. This one. So it doesn't make any sense that the number is going to be the same. So what are you going to do here? So you can do 2 ways for this. Either cut it over here, or you are going to just multiply this one. So what is this going to be? 2600 divided by 8, and when you divide this one, you get 325 kilometers. So what did they ask here? How many kilometers will it travel in? 26 liters. So a car will travel 325 kilometers in 26 liters of petrol. And now we will do one more problem here of the same type. Now look at here. An aeroplane flies 4,000 kilometers in 5 hours. How far does it travel in 8 hours? So now in 5 hours, how much is that? That is 4,000. So I wrote over here. So first thing we'll find out in 1 hour. So when you cross multiply, this means 1 into 4,000 is 4,000, and this goes in the denominator. So when you divide this, you get 800. So now we want in 8 hours. So in 8 hours, what are you going to do? You are going to multiply this. So 8 into 800, and which is 6,400 kilometers. So you have to write this statement that an aeroplane flies 6,400 kilometers in 8 hours. They are the similar ones. So I went a bit fast. Okay, so because now always find out with 1 hour. Okay, because this is a unitary method, not go directly for the 8 hours. So by this we have not completed this chapter. The next chapter will be in the part of this chapter will be in the
Hi learners.
next.
Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me for another math session. So this is the 4th part of this same chapter, that is the ratio and proportion. So let us start. So in the previous video, you have already done from 1 to 6 questions. So let us start with question number
7. That is called that unitary method. Unitary method. So you can go and check the previous video for the detailed explanation. So now what does this say that 75 envelopes cost 600 rupees. So find the cost of 40 such envelopes. So we are not going to see directly for here, that is the 40, cost of 40 first. So what is given here, that is 75 envelopes is 600 rupees. So first thing, let us see what will be the cost of one envelope. So one envelope will be, what are you going to do this? You are going to cross it. Here we don't have anything. So 1 into 600, that is going to be 600, that is in the numerator. And this is alone because here we don't know what is the cost of it, of one envelope, that we are going to see. So this is alone this number. So this will go in the denominator. So when you divide this, you get 8 rupees. So now let us see for the cost of 40. So you know one envelope is 8. So 40 envelopes is going to be how much? 40 into 8. That is going to be 320 rupees. So you have to write this statement. Therefore, cost of, you can also write it, therefore, cost of 40 envelopes is 320 rupees. So the next question says that a dozen soap bars, a dozen soap bars weigh 960 grams. So find the mass is nothing but the weight of 9 bars. So a dozen means how many? 12. Dozen says that is 12. 12 soap bars is 900 and, see the first sentence, 960 grams. So first thing we will find out what will be the cost of, that is the weight of, we mean here they said the weight, right? They are asked for the weight. So one soap bar is, again this we are going to cross multiply. Here we don't know. So 960 into 1, that is going to be 960, and this will get divided. So that is one soap bar is 80 grams. So now we want a mass, that is the weight of 9 bars, soap bars. That is 9 soap bars will be 9 into 80, that is going to be 720 grams. So you have to write this statement. Mass of 9 soap bars is 720 grams. The next one question is, a baker can make 378 biscuits out of 9 kilogram of flour. How many biscuits can be made from 19 kilogram of flour? So now look at the first sentence. So 9 kilogram. So in 9 kilogram, how many biscuits is he making? 378 biscuits. So now we want the number of biscuits for this one. So first thing, what are we going to do? We'll not jump over for the 19 kilogram. First we'll find out for 1 kilogram. So in 1 kilogram, what will be that? Again you will cross multiply. So this 1 into 378 is going to be 378, and this is going to get divided by 9. So when you divide this, what do you get? That is 42 biscuits. So now in 19 kilogram, how much it will be? So 19 into 42. So that is going to be 798 biscuits. So 798 biscuits can be made from 19 kilogram. So you understood? Always find for one, whatever it is kilogram or whatever, and then find for the actual number. Now in the next one it says that worker is paid rupees 1250 for 5 days. So how much will be paid for 25 days? So now for 5 days, now look at the first sentence. It says that for 5 days, it is 1250. So now what will we do? We will see for 1 day. So 1 day will be how much? 1 into 1250, that is going to be 1250, and this is going to get divided by 5. So it is going to be 250. So now let us see this. Now this we got for 1 day. So we have to see for 25 days. So for 25 days, how much is that going to be? 25 into 250, that is going to be 6,250. So worker is paid rupees 6,250 for 25 days. So in the next question it says that a bank gives its credit card holders 5 points for every 75 rupees spent. So Anamika earned 46 points, and how much did we spend? Now look at the first sentence. What does this say? 5 points are there for 75 rupees. So first thing, let us see, here we cannot do directly, we are not going to see the 46 points. So we'll see for 1 point. 1 point again we are going to cross multiply. So 1 into 75 is 75, and this is going to get divided. So it is going to be rupees 15. So we want for 46 points. It is asked for 46 points. So 46 points, what are you going to do? You are going to multiply by 15. 1 point is 15. So 46 point is going to be 46 into 15. That is 690. So Anamika spent 690 rupees. Now the next one, a train is traveling at a constant speed and covers 165 kilometers in 3 hours. Okay, now look at here. How much time will it take to cover 440 kilometer? So now look at this one. That is 165 kilometer in 3 hours. So 165 kilometer in 3 hours. So first thing, let us see for 1 kilometer. So again you are going to cross multiply. 3 will go in the numerator, and this is alone. We don't know how many hours we for 165 kilometer, how many hours does it take. So 165 will be in the denominator. So now this, what I have done, I kept this as it is, because we can also simplify this one, or we can keep as it is. Why? Because we have to solve further. So here, how much does it ask? That this is 440 kilometer. So for 440 kilometer, 1 kilometer is this many hours. So for 440, so what will you do? This we are going to multiply. So 440 into this 3 into this one. So when you simplify this, you just see the cuttings. You can do any ways, whichever you feel easy. So that comes to be 8 hours. So a train will take 8 hours to cover 440 kilometers. Then same thing now in the same question, the B part of it. So how much distance can it travel in 7 hours? So in 3 hours, now you can see now here. In 3 hours, it is traveling 165 kilometers. So same thing I wrote here. In 3 hours, it is traveling, covering 165 kilometers. So first thing, we'll look for 1 hour. So again, we are going to cross multiply this one. So 165 divided by 3. So that is 55 kilometers. When you do this one, 3 5s are, and this will be again 5. 3 5s are 15. So we want for 7 hours. So in 7 hours, this should be multiplied. So this is 385 kilometers. So what will we write here? Train will cover 385 kilometers in 7 hours. So now this the exercise was done for this one. So now we are going to look at the workout. Workout means the same thing I have given. Whatever we have done this exercises, the same type of questions are given, only the numbers have been changed. So now look at here. Here this says choose the correct option, and there are 22 apples in a basket. Out of them, what is happening? 10 are rotten. Find the ratio of fresh apples to rotten apples. Now, see, we have done the instead of writing, whenever they give the choose of the correct option, we cannot write directly. We have to solve many of the questions, and then only get to the final conclusion. So now, what is given here? 22 apples are there. So total number of apples is 22. Out of that, what did they say? 10 are rotten. So 10 are rotten. So 22 are there. Out of that, 10 are rotten means how many apples are fresh? Fresh ones are 12. When you subtract this 22 minus 10, that you get 12. So now what did they say? Find the ratio of fresh apples to rotten apples. 2 means this is the ratio. So see here, I wrote a fresh. For 2, we can also write these 2 dots, and this is for rotten apples. So now you know from here what is this is 12, these are fresh, and same this sign over here, and what is rotten? Rotten are 10. So what we can do here, this thing we can just divide it, 12 divided by 10. So 2 5s are, here you can do, and 2 6s are. So that is going to be 6 by 5. You can also write one step over here, 6 by 5, and which is 6 is to 5. So we wrote this answer in ratio. Okay, they said find the ratio, right? So instead of writing 6 divided by 5, we can write a 6 is to 5. So the next question says that the ratio of the number of cushion covers to the number of bed sheets is 4:1. If there are 24 cushion covers, then the number of bed sheets will be. So here before that, because this is the options here, I forgot to tell you, you have to click on this one, 6:5. So because they are given the choose the correct option, right? Yeah. Now look at here, the ratio of the number of cushion covers to the number of bed sheets is 4:1, and if there are 24 cushion covers, then the number of bed sheets will be how much? So again, this thing also I have solved this one. Now see here, cushion covers to number of bed sheets till here. This 2 is given, so that will be ratio. Cushion cover means this 4. and number of bed sheets means this one. Hope this is clear. See here, cushion covers is to bed sheet. So this will be 4:1. So cushion covers are 4 and bed sheet is going to be 1. So if there are 24 cushion covers, so cushion covers is here, right? So 24 should be written over here. So then the number of bed sheets will be how much? So bed sheet is here, but we don't know number of bed sheets. So we can write here number of bed sheets, let number of bed sheets be. But we are not writing actually this, I didn't write over here. Just this is for the explanation because it is just you have to choose the correct option. But when you are solving it, you have to write this statement. So this is x. So now look at here. Now what does this say here? We will cross multiply this. So what you will get 4 into x, that is going to be 4x. 24 into 1, that is going to be 24. We want the value of x. So x will be what? Here this is x is on the left hand side and this is on the right hand side, means this is going to be 24 itself. And if this 4 goes, this is multiplication on the other side, this is going to get divided. So x is 6. Got it? So now what we will say, they ask us the number of bed sheets, right? And we considered that bed sheet as x. So this is the correct option, the third one, 6. The next one, if two ratios are equal, then the 4 quantities are said to be. So here what are this going to be? When two ratios are equal. So what are you going to write the correct option? Then the 4 quantities are said to be in. So this is going to be the right option. Okay. So if two ratios are equal, then the 4 quantities are said to be in proportion. You got it? Because if the ratios are this one, it should be in proportion. Now the next one says that 5 boxes contain 45 apples. How many apples are there in 23 boxes? So now see here 5 boxes are here. So 5 boxes I wrote here. Contain 45 apples means is equal to 45 apples. And instead of finding directly for 23, first let us find for one box. So one box will be how much? 45 divided by 5 and that is going to be 9. So here now look at for 23 boxes. So how many are there in 23 boxes? So 1 is 9. So 23 is going to be 23 multiplied by 9. That is going to be 207. So this is the correct option. So next one, a book is 26 centimeter long and 20 centimeter wide. The ratio of its length to its perimeter is. So now this is the dimensions are given. Means the length is 26 and the width is given as 20. So the ratio of its perimeter. So here the perimeter means which this is a rectangle, isn't it? Because the length and the width is different. So this is the width and this will be the length. So because this is 26 and this is 20. So now what will we do? We will use the formula for perimeter. If you can write it perimeter of rectangle. So that is, this is the standard formula, twice into length plus width. This width we can, or this is nothing but width is also the breadth. In some places you can also see that in place of this wide means this is the width, or you can also write as the breadth. So 26 is given. So here again 20 is given for this. So you add it, you get 46. This is multiplication. So that is going to be 92 centimeter. So they have asked the ratio of length to its perimeter. So what is length? Length is 26 and the perimeter is 92. So this thing we are going to divide it. 26 divided by 92. And what do you get over here? Say I just divided by 2. So you got 13 by 46. Now this 13 is a prime number, this 46 we cannot do anything. If it was to any multiple of 13, then it could have been simplified, but 46 is not a multiple of 13. So you get the ratio as 13 is to 46. Next one, so you have to tick over here, 13 is to 46. The ratio of the number of boys to the number of girls going to a picnic is 7 is to 8. Which of the following cannot be the total number of students going to the picnic? So now look at here, boys and girls is given, the ratio is given, and that is 7 is to 8 means when this boys and then to the number of girls means these are boys and these are girls. So here 7 is to 8 is given. and which of the following be the total number of students. Total means if you consider this as x, so what will be that? This will be 7x and this is going to be 8x and which is going to be 15x. So they said which of the following cannot be the total number of students. So now can you see this we got as 15. 15x means 15 3s are 45. 15 5s are 75. 15 4s are 60. But 56, it cannot be the total. So this is the option. Which of the following ratios form a proportion? Now see here it looks simple, but it's not that one. We have to do the workout. Now look at here. Which will form a proportion means you will take these two numbers. So when you do this one, you have to divide, right? So we are seeing this is going to be divided. So what you can see, the denominators are different. So you will take the LCM of it. We have done in the previous videos, you can see. So when you take the LCM means always go for the starting from 2. You cannot jump with the higher numbers. So 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6. Then 2 1s are 2. 3 is not divisible by 2. So write 3 as it is. Then this 1 will be as it is. 3 1s are 3. So these are the factors. So 2 2 3. So 2 2 3 and which comes to be 12. So LCM is 12. So now what are you going to do? You are going to make the denominators to 12. So 4 is already the 4 times 3 is 12. So whatever the changes you do in the denominator, same changes in the numerator, multiply by 3. So here again now look at here. 6 times 2 is 12. So this 2 is extra. So here also you will put multiply by 12. 2. Now look at here. 3 3s are 9. 4 3s are 12. 5 2s are 10. 6 2s are 12. So now what you can see, both are, these denominators are same. So now what you can see, now it is easy to compare. And if both of the ratios are same, means that is in proportion. So you can see this 9 by 12 is not equal to 10 by 12. So what you can see, this cannot be the proportion. So in this way, this is one of the way, that is with the LCM, where you see whether they are in proportion. Actually, second way is very simple. But why did I show here that in this type, we can also do for the finding the LCM is easy. With means you can also practice how to find out the two numbers together, how to find out the LCM of it. Okay, and here what we can do, this is very simple. You will just write it over here. 3 by 4 is, this is the second way what I'm showing with the same numbers, 3 by 4, and that you are going to put here is equal to sign and just cross multiply. So when you cross multiply, what you can see now, see here, this will go here and this will go here. So 6 3s are 18, and when this goes here means this is going to be 20. So now can you see 18 is not equal to 20. So this is not in proportion. So what you can do here, same thing you can look for this one. In the same way you can go for the shortcuts also. For this one, second way we can do it quickly. 1 by 8 is equal to 2 by 5. So when you cross multiply this one, so what will be this? 5 is going to be 8 2s are 16, which is not in proportion. So this is not in proportion. So now let us look for this one. 5 by 3 is equal to 15 by 9. So what we can do, see here, this and this one. So 9 5s are 45, and this is going to be what? 3 15s is 45. So 45 is equal to 45. So this is in proportion. So this is the correct option. Now just I'll show you this one. Already we got that answer, but still this is just a practice. So 9 by 15. So what is going to be here? This will be here. This is what here. 15 5 is 75 is equal to 3 9s are 27. So this is not in proportion. So now hope you got this one. Now the next question says that a ratio of 16 kilometer 20 kilometer is same as ratio of 24 kilometer to how much? So this we are going to consider this as x. We have done these similar problems. Now look at here. 16, these both units are same. So we can just write a number 16 by 20. So is equal to 24 and this is x. So 24 divided by x. So what are you going to do? You are going to cross multiply. So 16 into x will be 16x. And this means 20 into 24 will be on the right hand side. We want the value of x. This 20 into 24 is here itself. This 16 will go on in the this denominator of the right hand side. So when you simplify this, you get x is 30. So can you see here? This is x and which is 30 kilometers. Hope that is clear. So now we'll go for this one. That is, find the ratio of the following in lowest term. Now see here, first we'll find out the ratio and then lowest term is easy. Now see here, this is 45 minutes to 1 hour. So now these units are different. So what are we going to do? Because this hour is bigger, what I did, we'll convert this to minutes. So 1 hour is 60 minutes. So 45 minutes will be how much? So now look at here. First what are we going to do? Because this 2, now we are going to compare it. So now this 1 hour is 60 minutes. So, okay. So now this is 60 minutes and this is 45 minutes. So what are you going to do here? This is already in minutes, 45 minutes. So only we have to write in the lowest terms, right? So now what are you going to write here? 45 minutes, and 2 here, this 60 minutes you are going to write over here. And this, now see here, 2 means you are going to put a colon over here. And then what are you going to do? This step is important instead of writing directly. So this is 45 by 60. Hope you got this one. So this first you are going to put the ratio, and that is 45 by 60. And here what are you going to do? Now I did directly by 15. You can also do with 2s and 3s. So divided by 15, both are divisible because these both are divisible by 15. So 15 3s are 45. 15 4s are 60. That is 3 by 4, which the ratio is 3:4. 75 paise to rupees 150. So this is rupees. So what I did, 1 rupee is 100 paise. 1.50, that is rupee is going to be, when you multiply this, you get, see how to multiply this. First forget about the decimal and multiply by 100. Okay, now you are not going to look at the decimal first. So now look at here, 150 into 100. So how many zeros are here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 zeros, and 15 in the 15. So now what are you going to do here? So now you're going to look at the zeros. So that the decimal, sorry. So decimal is after 2 numbers. So after these 2 numbers, you are going to put a decimal. So what do you get here? 150. 150 means that is 150 paise. Hope you got this one. Only after writing that, multiply, you can first put the, think of that number and then put a decimal. So now this is 75 paise, and for this 150, how much? 1.50 rupee, you got 150 paise. So both are paise. So now look at here, this 75 paise, and for this is 150 paise. So you are going to write a 75 is to 150, and which is 75 by 150, and this is 75 ones are 75 twos are, that is 1 by 2, which is 1:2. Now this is in 850 ml, and this is 1 liter. So we will convert this because this liter is bigger. 1 liter is 1000 ml. So this is 850, and in place of this you are going to write 1000 ml. So again this you are going to put here the ratio sign, rest everything is same. And here 850 divided by 1000, when you simplify this, if 0 and 0 gets cut, 5 17s are and 5 20s are. You can do any other ways also. So that is 17 by 20, which is 17:20. So now this problem, again here, centimeter and meter, convert this to centimeter. So 1 meter is 100 centimeter. Because why we are doing it to converting this only? Because see, a meter is bigger than centimeter. So it's better to, you can also do this one, but sometimes you get in fractions and then you get confused in centimeter to meter. So there's no hard and fast, like you have to change to meter only first and not centimeter. But this becomes easy when you do the bigger number conversion. The bigger unit, I mean, the bigger unit conversion. That is, 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So 1.25 meter will be, when you multiply this into this, you get 125 centimeter. Now this will be as it is, and this is conversion, that is 125 centimeters. So again this is, you put a ratio sign, you divide it, simplify this. So 15, this is going to be 25 threes are and 25 fives are, that is 3 by 5, which is 3:5. So by this way, the next part of this.
Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me for another math session. So this is the 5th part of the chapter, same chapter, that is ratio and proportion. So we have already done the
work out some of the questions in the previous video. You can go through it, and the remaining part we'll do it today. So the first question says that this is the third one from the first of the day, that to find two equivalent ratios of each of the following. So now we have done many problems on this one. You can see the previous videos in detail about it. So now this is actually the workout, means that is just a practice, only the numbers have been changed. Now 6 is to 14 can be written as 6 by 14. And what are you going to do? What did they ask for here? Equivalent ratio. So we'll multiply this by 2. So if you multiply this by 2, this also should be multiplied by 2. So that is going to be 12 by 28. So which is 12 is to 28, because we want in the form of a ratio. Again here, when you multiply by 3, you are going to get 18 by 42. That is 18 divided by 6, 42 divided by 6, which is going to be 3 is to 7. The 3 by 7 here you can write, that is 3 is to 7. Now see here, this also can be simplified. Now this also can be written as 12 by 28. So here 4 3s are, so let us do like this, so you understand it better. So we will divide this by 4. This also will be divided by 4. So 4 3s are 12 and 4 7s are 28. So can you see, this also is 3 by 7, which is nothing but 3 is to 7. And this also is 3 is to 7. So both are equivalent. When you multiply by 2, that also is equivalent. When you multiply by 3, that also, whatever you get the final answer, that is equivalent. So even if you do by 4, you are going to get the same. Now for the next one, it says that 5 is to 25. 5 by 25. Again, this multiply by 2, you get 10 by 50, which is nothing, is that is 10 is to 50. When you multiply by 3, so what will you get? 15 by 75. So 15 by, so we can write, if you want here separately, 15 by 75 is equal to 15 you divided by 15, this is the next step, and 75 divided by 15, which is 15 divided, that is 1. 75 divided by 15, that is 5, and which is 1 is to 5. And this also, if you want, you can do it 10 divided by 50. 10 ones are 10 5s are. If you don't know directly, so both 1 by 5 is same. If you don't know directly, that also you can do it like this, 10 divided by 10, 50 divided by 10. So this is 1, and 10 5s are 50. Anyways, you can do it. So the next problem says that compare the following ratios. Now these two ratios are given and you have to compare it. So this we can write it as 5 by 13, and this one we can write as 6 by 14. So now what are you going to do here? You can see the denominators are different. So we will take the LCM of it and make the denominators same first. So when you take here, you know that always you have to multiply this one, start from 2. If not by 3, 4 and so on. So now what you can see, this 14, because this is not a multiple of this 2, right? So now what will you see here? 14. 14 means 14 7, 2 7s is 14, and 13 will be as it is. Then what you can see, 13 and 7. So like, this is the smaller number. Let us take this one first. That will be 7 ones are 7, and this 13 is going to be as it is. Now what you can see here, this is 1 and this is 13. This 1 is going to be here the same, and 13 ones are 13. So whatever you can see, these are the factors. So what will you do here? 2 into 7 into 13. So what do you get here? 182. So now we have to make the denominators equal. So here is 30. So when you multiply 13, multiply by 14. So you are going to get 182. Again here 14 multiply by 13, you are going to get 182. So here now see here, since you have multiplied this by 14 means you have to multiply here also by 14. Since you have multiplied this by 13 means you have to multiply this also by 13. So what do you get here? This is 70 by 182. This is 78 by 182. So now because the denominators are same, so now let us compare these two numbers. So what is that? 70 is what? Less than 78, or what we can say, 78 is greater than 70. So you know this crocodile's mouth, where does it open? At the bigger number. So it opens over here, because if we say this is greater and this is less, many of them get confused. So if you use the example of the crocodile, that becomes clear that it opens the mouth towards the bigger one. So here we have to open the mouth towards this is the mouth of it. This, when we say this is the mouth of it, any number bigger will be this side. Hope you got it. So now see here, this is not done. So 70 by 180 means you have to go for the original what is given in the question over here. Same thing, you write it here. The symbol remains the same and this over here. So the next problem is the same. Again, this will be written 2 by 45, 3 by 48, and then you can see the denominators are different. So take the LCM. 2 24s are 45 as it is because that doesn't go with 2. Then again we'll do with 2 means this 24. 2 12s are 24. This doesn't go with 2. We'll write as it is. 2 6s are 45 doesn't go with 2. Write as it is. 2 3s are. Then this doesn't go with 2. Keep as it is. Now what we can see, these both numbers means it goes by 3. So 3 15s are and 3 1s are. So now this one as it is over here. 3 5s are 15. Now you can see this goes with 5. 5 1s are 5 and 1 as it is. So now these are all other factors. You have to multiply that and you get the LCM, that is 720. So here what are you going to do? 45 is already here. So 45 is already here. So 45 multiplied by 16, that is 720. And here 48 multiplied by 15 is 720. So now this is multiplied by 16 means this also should be multiplied by 16. This is multiplied by 15 means this also should be multiplied by 15. So now this is 32, 720, 45, 720. So now what you can see, both denominators same. So what are you going to do? Which is the bigger number? You compare this 45. So you open the mouth over here. So now you have to write the original one. What is this? This is less than this now ratio. Now the next one again the same. 7 by 11, 5 by 8. Look at the denominators. Take the LCM of it. 2 4s are 8, 11 as it is. 2 2s are 4, 11 as it is. 2 1s are 2, 11 as it is. And here 1 is there, 1 will be same, 11 1s are 11. So these are the factors. So what is that going to be? This will be 88. Just multiply all together. So 88 is the LCM. So now what you can see here? 11. 11 times 8 is 88. And here 8 times 11 is 88. So because this is 8, this also should be multiplied by 8. This is 11, this also should be multiplied by 11. 7 8s are 56, 88, 55, 88. So now we'll look at this one, 56 and 55. So 56 is a bigger number, the denominators are same. So you have to open the mouth over here and then you write the final one. This in the form of a ratio, the sign remains the same. Now the next one also the same. I think you can just look at this problem and you can do it. Take the LCM of 9 and 5 and take the factors and you can compare it. Okay. Now the answer has been here. All the steps are here. So you can just go to the previous problem and I think you can do this problem. Now the next question says that in a pond there are 6 ducks and 14 ducklings. In another pond means there are 2 ponds. In a pond means that is 1 and the another pond there are 22 ducks and 40 ducklings. Then he said in which pond is the ratio of ducklings greater. So now what did I do? I did 2. This is pond 1 and this is pond 2. So in the first pond they said 6 ducks. So ducks is 6. Ducklings 14. Now in another duck, this one, this 22 ducks and ducklings 40. So what did I do in the now? We'll just see here. This is ducks and this was we'll see total. Total is how much? Here 6 plus 14, that is 20. Okay, now look at here. Now they said here now let us see simultaneously and then come to the final conclusion. Here this is 22 and this is 40. So here this is 62. Now what did they ask here? In which pond is the ratio of ducklings greater? Either in this one or this one. So now what we see here, that ducklings is 40. We want a ratio. ducklings is 14 out of how much? Total is 20. So always whatever that is total, that should be in the denominator. Just I will repeat, always the total will be in the denominator. So we want the ducklings, they didn't ask for the ducks. So then you will ask why it is for the ducks was given. Of course, yeah, in some cases the number of boys and girls are given. So we should know the total number. Out of that total number, here is ducklings is 14. So you have to write over here, and the total should be in the denominator. Okay, if they ask for a number of ducks, so you will write here 6 out of 20. So that will be for ducks. It can be anything. So now 14 out of 20 means you are going to simplify. So now see here, this is 7 by 10 I wrote, but maybe you will be confused, how did I get this one? So what will I do? I will divide by 2. Here also divide by 2. So what will that 14 divided by 2 is 7, and 20 divided by 2 is, that is 10. So that is going to be 7 by 10. Now same over here, look at the right hand side, that is for the pond 2. Again here we will see the ducklings are 40 out of 62. So 40 out of 62, that is 20 by 31. So now look at here, 40 divided by 2 and 62 divided by 2, that will be 20 by 31. Hope you got this. This is for 1 and this is for 2. Okay. So now we will see that, see now, can you see here? The denominators are different. So now this you will write it over here, and okay. Now the denominators are 10 and 31. So we'll take the LCM of that first and make the denominator same. So 2 5s are 10. 31 will be as it is. Now this 5 and 31. So 5 ones are 5 and 31 as it is. Now see here, this one will be as it is. 31 ones are 31. And now further we cannot do anything because this is a prime number. So here these are the factors 2, 5 and 31. So when you multiply that, we get 310. So now this is the denominator, we have to make it to 310, that is we are going to multiply by 13. And this is here, 31 multiplied by 10 is 310. Because this is 31, this also should be 31, this is 10, this also should be 10. 31 sevens are 217 over here. Then this is 310, 200, 310. Now you are going to compare between this and this one. So 217 is bigger than 200. So can you see here? And which is nothing but this is, what is that? That is 14 out of 20, the ducklings, isn't it? And here in the pond 2, that is 40 out of 62. Now when you are comparing these two, what we can say? 14 out of 20 and 40 out of 62. Okay. So now here, this one, which we can say, here was 217, isn't it? And this was 200. Only this is actually the question what is said. So now at this step we are going to compare. So what we can say, this is for pond 1 and this is for pond 2, isn't it? And what did they ask here? They asked here, in which pond is the ratio of ducklings greater? So of course here you will write here pond 1, isn't it? Because that is 272. In pond 1, number of ducklings is greater. Is that clear? So you have to look at this one. This is only what I did is, that is I wrote it from the question. So when you just look at this, you won't get the correct what is exactly which one is greater. But when you look at this number, because here we have made the denominators same. Now the next question says that divide 56 trophies between Amit and Sumit in the ratio of 4:3. So the ratio is 4:3. So let trophy of Amit be, see here, this is Amit and Sumit, right? So this will be 4 will be for Amit and Sumit will be 3. So let the trophies of Amit be 4x. Let us put some variable. So it becomes easy for the calculation. And trophies of Sumit be 3x. And what did they say? Divide 56 trophies means total trophies is 56. So now what will we do? We will add this both. So 4x plus 3x, that is 56. So 7x is 56. So x is going to be what? This is multiplication. It is going to get divided. So it is going to be 56 divided by 7. So that is 8. Okay, so this is actually the division sign. So what we can do now, we got the value of x as 8. So we can say now trophies of Amit is what? 4x. So 4 in place of x, we are going to put a. So 4 multiplied by 8, that is 32. And toffee of Samit, Samit is how much? 3x, that is 3 into 8, that is 24. Now see here, that is for the for checking. So now see, number of toffees are how many? 56, right? So now here is 32 and here is 24. So 32 plus 24. So that is how much? 56. Can you check over here? This is nothing but the total number 56. That means the answer is right. So now next question is Mitu scored 75 marks out of 90 in maths and Priya scored 52 marks out of 16 maths. Who performed better? Now see here score of Mitu in maths. How much is that? 75 out of 90 means 75 divided by 90. This is the total. As I told you, in the denominator you have to write the total. And score of what is the other? Who is the other one? Priya. Score of Priya in maths is how much? That is 52 out of how much? 60. So now we are going to compare these two numbers. So 75 by 90 and 52 by 60. So now see here, because we can see the denominators are different. So again here also we will take the LCM. So when we take the LCM now with 2, 245s are 90, 230s are 60. Now again here what will happen? 215s are 30. Here it doesn't go with 2. So we'll keep as it is. Now this doesn't go with 2, we'll go for 3. 315s are 3 5s are. Again, this goes with 3. See, don't jump over to 5. 3 5s are 15 and this 5 will be as it is because this doesn't go with 3. So now what will you do? 5 ones are 5 and again your 5 ones. So these are the factors which you have to multiply to find out the LCM, which is 180. So what will you do? 90 multiplied by 2. So since you are multiplying by 2, here also should be multiplied by 2. Here is 3, 63 is a 180. So this also should be multiplied by 3. So 75 2 is a 150, 180, 156, 180. Now we can see the denominators are same. So what we can see now, we have to compare the numerators, 150 and 156. So which is the bigger number? Of course this one, 156. So this 156, this is for whom? That is the second. Who is the second? That is Priya. So we can say Priya performed better. The next question is check whether the ratio of 30 mm to 4 cm and rupees 45 to 60 form a proportion or not. So now see here the units, we'll take this one and the other is this one. So now what will you do? We'll compare the units, we'll make the units same. So 30 mm to 4 cm I wrote over here. So now what will, because centimeter is bigger, so I'm going to convert this centimeter to mm. Now 1 centimeter is 10 mm, this you should know. Then 4 centimeter is here, because 1 centimeter is 10 mm. So 4 centimeter means you are going to multiply, isn't it here? Cross multiplication we don't know. So 4 into 10 is going to be 40 mm. So what will you write over here? 30 mm and you got your 40 mm. So this is what I wrote over here, 30 mm to 40 mm. Now you are going to divide it because these both units are same, forget about the units. Now these are the numbers what we have to divide, 30 by 40, 0 and 0 gets cut off. So that is 3 by 4, which is 3:4. Now the next here, 45 rupees and 60 rupees. So here we don't have to do anything. We don't have to change the units. So 45 divided by 60 we can write directly. So here if you know the 15 times table, it is very easy. 45 divided by this one, the 15, that is going to be 3. And here again by 15, that is going to be 4. See here, 45 divided by 15 and 60 divided by 15, that will be 3 by 4. If you don't know, you can go with 2 times tables and 3 times and so on. So this is going to be 3 by 4. So now can you see these both these are same, ratios are same, so we can say they are in proportion. Now the next one, if 2:5 is, see here, when we have these 4 dots, we have seen yesterday, I also explained in the other video, that whenever these 4 dots are there, that means it says that is equal to. So 2:5 is x is to 15. So this is one and this is the other one. Then find the value of x. So let me write, I wrote it same over here. And then what did I do? For these dots, I put a is equal to sign. And now look at here. First thing, this I am going to divide it 2 by 5. this I'm going to divide it x by 15 and this is equal to as it is. Now what will I do? I will cross multiply here. So 2 into 15, this at this cross what goes? See, this will go there, right? So 2 into 15 is 5 into x. This is what I wrote. So now 2 into 15 is on this is left hand side and this is your right hand side. So now what will you do? Left hand side as it is, and this 5 when I have taken in the on the left hand side, so this is going to get divided. X is on its place, right hand side itself. So 5 ones are and 5 threes are. So 3 twos are 6. So because in the denominator is 1. So x is 6. That is what they ask. What is the value of x? Now here, if 8 sarees cost rupees 7,200, find the cost of 27 such sarees. So whenever you have such type of questions, you don't have to directly find out 27 what will be the cost of that. First you have to find out the cost of one. That is called the unitary method. That also we have done in the previous one. So you can also check for the definition and all that stuff in the previous video. So don't skip any videos. Now 8 sarees is 7,200. So one saree will be how much? Now look at here. This into this and this we don't know. So there is a here. So whenever here two numbers are there means 7,200 into 1, that is going to be in the numerator, and the single number, because here we don't have anything at this there's also 8. This 8 will be in the denominator. So 8 times 9 is 72 and these two zeros 900. So one saree is 900 rupees. Now we want 27 sarees. So what will happen? One saree is 900 rupees. So 27 sarees is you are going to cross multiply. So this will be 27 into 900, that is rupees 24,300. So the next one, a book costs rupees 120. How many books can be bought for 1440, that is 1440. So now see here, for rupees 120, that is a book means that is one book. So for rupees 1440, so what will you do here? See here, this is rupees together, correct? And here is we want the number of books we don't know. So now when you cross multiply, so here when you cross multiply, here we don't know the number. Always what did I say? That the two numbers whatever we come across this line, that will be in the numerator. 1004, this will be in the, this is the numerator and this is the denominator. And this is a single number like this one, right? So that will go in the denominator. So 0 and 0 gets cut. So if you know the 12 times table, 12 ones are 12, 12s are 144. Or you can just divide and see. If you don't know directly, 12 ones are 12 and this is 24, 12 twos are 24. The tables are important. So you got 12. So what you will say, therefore 12 books can be bought this for rupees 440. This statement, whenever there is a, this should be written. So now next one, in a certain proportion, the extremes are 40 and 45. If one of the means is 30, find the other mean. We have also done this one in the one of the exercise. So here you know product of extremes is going to be product of means. That is the formula what you have to remember. So we don't know the other mean. So let us consider the other mean is x. So extremes are given. So extremes are given is 40 and 45. So 40 multiplied by 45. And the means means it is only one of the mean is given, you have to find. So what did you do? For the means, one mean is given, the other we have considered as x. So we are going to multiply by x. Now we are going to write the formula, that is product of extremes is equal to product of means. Product means you know multiplication. So this is already given, 40 into this is 30 into x. Now this is the left hand side, keep as it is. 30 you are going to bring it on the left hand side, so this is in the numerator. So it will go in the denominator. So this is x. 0 and 0 gets cut. 3 ones are 3 15s are, that is 45. So now what will you do here? 15 fours are 60. So x is 60. So other main is 60. So by this one we have completed this chapter. So we will go in the next the video. I'll start with a new chapter. So before that, please do like and subscribe to this channel so you get a notification and of other part of the other chapters, I mean, because we have already completed this chapter and many more. Thank you.